gate or at, Bill?
Ooh, I know.
Gotta fix that.
We'll be there. There
All
we
right,
go. We're
guys,
live.
we are live.
What's the next big hurdle anyway?
1 million.
All right, everyone, welcome to our impromptu live broadcast, webcast for Champ Car Live. Paul Veltum along with Doc Waldrop, Bill Strong, and Mike Chiswick. We just wanted to get together and bring you some of the. I've got some background noise there. Somebody's got a delayed speaker running. It might be Bill, but anyway.
Doc, turn your sound down.
Yeah, Bill. That's what it is.
Sorry.
But Bill and Doc,
That's all right.
And Mike is here. We just want to bring you some of the some information's been that's coming up here as we approach our next race here, the first weekend of February. It's Road Atlanta, and we're all excited and looking forward to that 14-hour challenge in Atlanta, Georgia. So, Bill, I'm going to hand it over to you, sir. Take it away.
Hey guys, welcome to Champ Car Live. This is our first broadcast of 2018. I'd like to introduce myself, Paul Veltum, which you met now, and Doc Waldrop, right over there next to where normally, right there. And Mike Chiswick, who's the COO, CEO, the big boss in charge of Champ Car. He's the one that pretty much does all the work around here.
At least you got that part right.
The rest of us are just freeloaders.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to a week and a half from now. We're going to be heading out to Road Atlanta. We have a 14-hour race on when is that? February 2nd or February 3rd is the race. We open up tech inspections on Thursday, February 1st. I believe it's at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Gates at 5.
And that's on Thursday.
Tech at 6.
There we go. Gates open at 5. Tech is at 6. Anybody is welcome to come down and take a look at the cars as they go through tech. Come on down, take a look. Race starts. We start our show at 7:30 on Saturday morning Eastern time. And we're going to be doing all 14 hours live. We'll have in-car cameras. We'll have some track cameras out there. I'll be roaming around the track, around pit lane, interviewing folks, while Paul and Doc give you much-needed information about what's going on in the race. And it's like a real TV show for those for you that haven't seen that before. Mike will be up in the tower. Oh no, who's running the race? Is it Dana?
I am. No, I am.
Mike's running the race, so he'll be up in the tower screaming and yelling at you guys for tapping bumpers. Hopefully you won't be doing that this race. We have 90, I think I saw 96 cars. You won't be yelling at anybody.
Sold, but there's a couple that already canceled. That's always why I sell a few extra, because 90 is what I want to cap it at, put on track.
So we're looking at 90 cars starting a race. Not everybody will get through tech. Hopefully they do. Yeah, it's our first race of the year, so this is probably the biggest tech we'll do all year long. In 1.5 nights, all day long, Friday. So tomorrow morning, all of you folks going to Atlanta, make sure you check your email. If you want to get an early view of it, you can go to our forum at forum.champcar.org, and you can take a look at the official Atlanta race report. Probably just disappeared. And you can get your pit location. That we have that up on there too. But if you missed it, if you don't want to go there, just wait for the email tomorrow morning. You'll get it through the email. Tomorrow, I'm also going to be sending out everybody's ID cards via the electronic system that we have. It'll go out to your cell phones, smartphones, whatever you have. Sorry for your flip phone guys, you won't get that, but it'll have all your proper expiration dates, proper logos, proper all kinds of stuff. So sorry about the delay on that. We've been busy doing other things, getting ready for this year's season. That was on the front of my burners, but it got pushed back each time we got handed more work. Doc, you're doing the Champ Car Sim series. How's that going?
We're off to a roaring start. You know, when we started this, I hoped we would end up having maybe 100 members or so. We're almost up to 200 right now. So we've been having great turnouts, right around 50 cars. We're limited to a max of 62 cars. So when you sign in early. This is going to be our first championship round this coming Thursday night at 6 o'clock. It's an hour race. And so far, Wyatt Foster's been pretty much kicking our butts.
Who's this Wyatt Foster kid?
Yeah. He's
Who is he?
part of the Huggins Pinkies Out team. So he's pretty fast.
So he's their fast driver, right?
Yeah,
in real life.
He is certainly their fastest driver. And evidently that skill translates to iRacing as well.
Yeah,
this will be our first round of the championship. We have 13 races in the championship, and it's always the last round at each track. We're going to, 11 tracks? Or I think 11 tracks. A couple of them are duplicates because we visit Sebring a couple of times a year and VIR a couple of times a year. But it's been a lot of fun. The racing is pretty competitive. So it's been a lot of fun. And there's a little bit of trash talking after the race. Which
during the race.
Yeah, it's mostly cursing during the race.
Yeah. So one of the things I noticed watching the practice last week was a couple of folks said that this was like the best racing they've been to at iRacing because everybody pretty much is around the same quality of drivers. The cars are pretty much all the same. So it came down to actual skill of racing, and it was real close racing.
Oh yeah, it's a bit hectic out there, and I picked up a couple of seconds just by changing my monitor where it sits in relationship to me and my steering wheel. So it takes a while to dial it in. So the guys have been getting faster and faster. We, of course, we can change the track conditions from race to race. So they were like, why are we 4 seconds slower this week? And it's like, well, because the track's 40 degrees hotter. We can change the weather. I mean, the variables are ridiculous. Now we have 2 spec cars that you can race. One of them's called the Super Stock, and that's your big American V8 muscle. And then the Global MX-5 Miata. It's a lot easier to drive, but it's slower. I've done the Super Stock a couple of times, and it's a handful. So especially if the track's really hot or really cold. Wyatt's kicked our butts on with using either car. So evidently there is some degree of talent there.
So we've got about a dozen people watching us on our YouTube broadcast right now. So if you are and you had any questions or anything you want to chime in, you can use the YouTube live chat feature online, and I'll be watching that to see if anybody chimes in there.
So this sim series, how close is that to racing on the real track? I'm not a gamer / sim racer. I know they don't like to be called gamers, but I don't do that kind of stuff because I just don't have the internet capability to do that. How close is it to really driving a racetrack?
The tracks are amazingly accurate. I got on there before our first Champ Car race back in 2014 for Sebring because I had never been to Sebring. All the bumps, everything's there. Obviously, they're all laser measured, so they're very, very, very accurate. What's missing is that seat of the butt feel. But your only clue of where you're at is I tend to turn up the tire noise and make that the loudest noise in my ears. Because you can kind of hear it kind of getting away from you. The perspective again, your seating position from your monitor, I wouldn't think it'd play that big a deal, but it really does. it's as accurate as we can make it. We can set, you can take tires on your pit stops. You can change the amount of fuel you take before you head back out. And all of our races require a fuel pit stop. Now you can't adjust the car any, but you can look at the data and see where your tires are performing. And that's probably the best way you can tell how you're doing out there. The tires squeal, the rear end steps out, and the track is very, very accurate. Now, of course, they don't have, I would imagine it would benefit the Miata guys because the Global MX-5 Cup car is probably close to what most of the Champ Car racers are racing. There is no E30. Maybe we'll work on that. So it's been a lot of fun. You can paint your car the way your real car is. So I haven't gotten into that. That requires a brain.
Is there a pit in and pit out with Jimmy Letchworth sitting at the pit in, ready to yell at you when you tap somebody on the door?
No, there's nobody yell at you, but your fellow racers will let you know what a dork move that was.
Yeah, they do. They don't use the word dork.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So, Doc, you're racing at the tracks. You're racing it all the same. Mike. Oh, sorry, Bill. Go ahead.
That's right. So, Mike, with Road Atlanta, coming up, what kind of recommendations do you have for these guys that have never raced here before? We have a lot of them.
If you've never raced at Road Atlanta, I highly recommend getting into a sim race with Doc and the crew and practice. You need to know where all those turns and elevation changes are. That's what screws people up. If I put Road Atlanta's outline on a flat surface with no trees or other things, it will be so much simpler to drive. It is the blind corners and the elevation that messes people up. So you need to practice what you're going to see in iRacing, or I know Forza on Xbox has it. I've driven on that before. But once you practice, then dress warm. Take whatever you need to take to calm you down, short of alcohol, legal drugs, please. And just have some patience out there. It's a long day, and I really don't feel like pulling you in and letting Jimmy and Phil yell at you at Black Flag. So it's my best advice to everybody out there.
So one of those bits you snuck in there, you said dress warm. So I've been racing at Road Atlanta since the beginning. And every year that we've gone there, except for the Christmas one, or the December one we did, was extremely cold. Like when I say in the teens at night.
At night, yeah.
So one of the things that Champ Car does allow is for folks to put about 10% of antifreeze into their radiators, into their cooling systems.
Yep.
You will need it, because if you don't, like I did one year, you'll head out on the racetrack and you will simply overheat really quick because all the water in your radiator's frozen. That really sucked, by the way. But
yes,
that's
we might have dodged the cold weather this year. It's I think the lows at night are going to be still down in the 30s, but the highs during the day about 56 or so. But there's certainly rain in the forecast.
That's noon. But that's closer to noon when it gets around that temperature. Early morning starts are really, really cold.
Oh yeah,
it's frosty in the morning. Drivers mean we're chilly and shivering, but if I was going to be racing on a cold weather stuff, I'd put a block heater in one of my race cars, and I'd plug it in overnight, and then I'd go to the hotel, and I'd sleep like a baby.
Yep. Yeah, one year we decided we're going to stay in the trailer, and it was awesome for like 20 minutes, and then we said, screw this, we're going to a hotel. Found a hotel, luckily. We're able to stay there.
There's plenty of hotels around there.
Yeah, so the sim racing, yeah. All right, guys. So, like I've said before, we're going to have our own in-car cameras. Champ Car will be providing about, I believe it's like 7 in-car cameras. We are trying something new. We're not really talking about it yet, but we're going to be testing at Road Atlanta. If the tests go well, we'll release some news about our new service that we'll probably be offering later on this year. But I will pick the cars. And I get a lot of emails from people saying, "Hey, can you put a camera in my car?" There's a lot of things that we talk about as a group. We kind of pick the cars beforehand, and we'll let you know probably Friday morning that we're gonna, or Friday sometime. We'll let you know that we're gonna put a camera in your car. If you have your own cameras,
cars that we want to see what they're doing. How about that? You know,
that'll work. But we don't say that.
Big Brother is watching.
Yeah, we don't let people know that, Mike. Nobody allows us to put a camera in. But one of the things that we're going that we'd like you to do, if you're actually transmitting to Facebook or to YouTube on your own channels or even Twitch, please let us know the addresses so we can share your videos on our YouTube and Facebook broadcast.
We'll make you famous.
That'll make you famous. The other thing is, and we talked about this in our red flag video with, or our shop talk video at RVA Graphics the other day, was put a little plaque in front of the camera on the dash that says, "Hey, this is such and such car, you know, your car number, who your team is maybe, and maybe a sponsor. You have your local bar down the street or the garage down the street, put their name up there, make them famous." And that would help out a lot. They'd love it. They would love it.
I'm just going to hand my Cerevo to my tech guy, Bill.
Yeah, we'll get you all set up, Doc. Any questions out there, Paulie?
We're getting some hellos and some guys joking around a little bit. Who was it? Oh, Zach wanted to know. Zach Mortimer wanted to know if he could claim dibs on first in line for tech at Road America now. If you want to know if he could do that now on the broadcast.
Wait, Road America? Oh, that's far in advance.
He said Road. Oh, it's Road Atlanta. It's Road Atlanta. Yeah.
First in line at tech. I'd say if he was at the track ready to go, and there was say like 3 guys are also ready to go. If he was to get a tub of those famous potatoes they serve there and bring them over to Tech, that I'm positive Tech would look at his car first.
So there you
Those
go.
are really good potatoes.
Well, I told him he could be there first as long as he got in line first. So I like the potato idea
that's
too.
The easy way. If you're in line first, sure, but you know we got him a tiebreaker here in case they're all in line first.
I'm not going to say who's messaging me right now, but Nathan Gardner said, "Oh, sorry," but somebody's saying that our bank should have some cars in them. Those guys are pretty shady. They win everything. So
shady.
Maybe we might put some
shady. What's with the accusations? They're not shady.
I'll be one of the first 3 in line because I know when I'm getting there.
Hey,
I know Paul
what are we talking about? Are we talking about Atlanta or Road America?
Road Atlanta.
Okay, well, you said Zach was saying Road America. That they got potatoes. Road America. Road Atlanta has nothing.
No. He said Road Atlanta. I think I misread it when I spoke.
Bring kerosene for the torpedo heater, and I'll do your car first.
Yeah. So when you guys get there early, you have to park outside the track, and there's a staging area that the guards with the tasers. Remember, I said they had tasers. They actually stand out there, and they will direct you where to park. Now, there's usually a pretty darn big line there Thursday, and probably Wednesday night there'll be a couple of guys all parked there because there's prime positions to get to in the paddock, and guys want to get those. So
that's why I get there early.
Parties are pretty good there. Yeah, that's why we were always first. We were first in line the first year. After that, we were usually 5th, and we still left early. It's like Tuesday there'll probably be cars lined up.
So I'm not telling you how many cars were in line when I got there last year or what time I got there.
Zach says potatoes. Got it. So I don't know what that means.
Later on this week, Catherine is going to be sending out, she's our registrar for this race. She will be sending out an email to everybody, and it will probably be a pretty scary email. You guys need to follow that email, the instructions on it, which is basically get all your stuff together before you arrive at the track. Make sure all your payments are done. Make sure all your paperwork's together. Your swap paperwork's all done up. All your math is correct. Everything's laid out on the swap forms. You've claimed everything that you're supposed to claim. So when you can get through this tech really quick, then you can get to Catherine, and she won't have to do much of anything except thank you. Here's your packet, and you're on your way. If she has to sit there and walk you through the checklist of what you had, what you should have done before, she's not going to be happy, and you don't want to upset Catherine. She's mean. She's really nice, but she's mean. So, if you guys have any questions about the race at Atlanta, you can email info@ChampCar.org, and that goes directly to that guy right there, Mike Chiswick, and he should be able to answer anything for you. And
I know what everybody's going to email about.
In the right direction.
Can you move my pit stall? Can I be with my friends over here? Can I be close to the concession stand? Everybody wants a pit stall moved after I send the list out. In case you didn't know,
it's done.
You can always email me your request. Like even for New Year's Eve right now, I save it in the computer, and it's there when I go do it later on. But I really can't change these things at the last minute because there's 89 other teams that have got their assignments, not to mention the 60 things I have to get done before the race. So remember that.
All right, guys. So I have one question. Who's going to win the national championship at MCM?
Our bank.
It'd be hard to bet against.
I say the MR2 is going to destroy everybody. The green one.
No.
It truly is. What?
I need to look up the
Mike?
list. What?
Oh, wait, you have to say neutral.
Well, I can have my opinion. I just can't share it with everybody. Let's see here.
Paul? Oh, you said our bank.
I said our bank.
It'd be hard to bet against Robin.
You guys don't know who's coming. That's the problem. You're just looking at the list and theorizing that all those guys came, who would win.
Right.
But that's different than who's actually going to come and who's going to win of those people.
Yeah.
I think you look at the teams that come out and play with us all the time. There's Cone Crushers is usually around. The Jackie Hicks cars, they usually make a lot of races. Robin, Robin usually gets to a lot of races.
How about the West Coast? We got some strong teams out there too.
The Uncommon Friends Datsun, I've seen that car a lot in person. It's fast. That's why it's got a first and a second. And I think he'll give a run to any.
The MR2 will destroy that car.
Decent racer. Whatever. I don't know. I can't say who's going to win because I have to be partial. I have to say it really doesn't matter. I just want to see a good race. And as someone noted on the forum, it's exciting. It's the top 16 people. All they have to do is finish first, and automatically they win. Below that, people can still win, but they need some of the top cars to finish worse than second. So that's how close this is. It's going to be really, nail biter all day. And I got to work with timing guys and my tech people to see if we can create an app or something that will show real-time championship standings throughout the day to kind of add the drama. So we'll see.
Huh.
That'll be rough.
Well, and of course, we have the Commentators Cup too there, Paulie and Bill.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. You mean this guy?
Seriously? It's in your office?
Yeah, he still hasn't sent it to Paulie.
Yeah.
I gotta send it to Paulie. My wife keeps moving it around the house trying to hide it. So I found it the other day, and now I got to figure out how I'm gonna send it to Paulie.
It's
the next Commentators Cup is going to be. See, this will be the next Commentators Cup.
No, gotta be better than that.
Well, Thursday night we have the annual meeting, and so I'm thinking the Commentators Cup's got to be Friday night. It's the highlight of the social season, and none of this cherry picking fast cars, guys.
Oh well, we have somebody asking Bryant. Hey, Bill, we got Bryant. I believe it's Maul asking on our YouTube broadcast. Fill me in on why we changed the series name from Chump Car to Champ Car.
Michael?
Bryant.
I do hear to call my name out there. Bill wants to handle all the nice fun stuff like the Commentators Cup. And then we have a question about why we changed your name. Give it to me. Funny.
There's a lot of
we changed our name because a lot of guys thought it was fine. They were endeared to it. But the majority of people had a hard time explaining to their friends and family what they did. Even if they had no problem saying, hey, I'm going ChampCar racing this weekend, they had to spend the next 5-10 minutes explaining what that was, to explain it actually was a race, not like a video game or something like that. But then there's many people that just didn't want to say it. They're like, hey, I'm going racing this weekend. They didn't say where. So this gave everybody an opportunity to have a sense of pride in what they were doing, sharing with other people, made it simpler to explain. It also opened up a lot of opportunities for sponsorships for you guys and your cars. You find it a lot easier for auto parts stores and pizzerias and paint shops to want to sponsor your Champ Car as opposed to your Chump Car. And it has been beneficial for us too. I've had my inbox has been filling up with people email and say, hey, we want to talk. So it was an image thing. I didn't think that, and the whole board as a whole didn't think that the name Chump Car really, and it's sort of an insult, but it didn't represent the kind of experience that we all had at the racetrack. So we changed it, and we've got a really great logo, and I like it, and as far as I know, staff likes it, right, guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's been really well received.
Anyway, there's
the opportunities with sponsors and other companies out there looking at Champ Car, even folks that are wanting to share our videos and our live stuff, it's like woken up. Everybody's noticed it. We're getting massive emails like, hey, can we share your videos? We have other companies looking at us, sharing their videos worldwide, which is really interesting. We got an email today. What was that? What name of that website there, Paulie? It's
The Racing Line. TheRacingLine.net.
Yeah, The Racing Line. Yeah, RacingLine.net has a whole setup for us. They're going to be sharing our videos worldwide. So that's going to be pretty interesting just to see other people's take on you guys racing. Not only do we have amateurs racing for us, we have the guys, the what do they call those, the professional amateurs racing with us, and professional race car drivers from the NASCAR world, from IMSA, from overseas. We have Johan. We're actually going to go see Johan this week.
Johan Schwartz.
Johan Schwartz. Yes, he set the world record for drift driving a BMW at the BMW track here a couple of weeks ago. 8 hours, I think it was, for drift. They did in-car refueling while drifting.
Go check out the video on YouTube.
Search for the world record for drifting on YouTube. I believe we have it up on our Facebook page as well and our forum. And it's pretty interesting. Johan's a regular driver with us. We're going to be putting together some instructional videos on for the new guys to help them transition over to Champ Car. A little easier, give them an idea. Champ Car is not just for experienced racers, but it's for, folks, the sim racers, never raced car to car before, autocrossers, even guys that have never been in a race car. They've just decided to build one, come out and race with us and have fun. Very inexpensive to start.
Champ Car is here for the inexperienced racer that didn't know it before, didn't think they could, didn't know how. That's why we're here. We welcome the experienced drivers and other types, but we're here because inexperienced novices needed a place to start, and that's us.
So, because when I started racing, I didn't know what to do.
You still don't, Bill.
I don't. Our team decided, we started doing lemons, 24 hours of lemons, and then we kind of wanted to get a little more serious. So, Troy went away from our team and started up his own team and went Chump Car racing at the time. And I did the same thing, and we haven't looked back. And it was such an easy transition. It's a little more serious with less games in the other series, but that's what we wanted. And when I say serious, I don't mean serious. So we still have fun doing it. Unfortunately, I don't get to race this year, but you guys do. Doc and Paul, you guys both have cars, BMWs, I think, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the great thing about the series is the people are just, all your fellow competitors aren't really they are your competitors, but they quickly become your friends. Everybody helps each other out. It's pretty danged awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we were talking about sponsors.
And,
hey, Bill, we were talking about sponsors a little bit earlier. Now, all of our sponsors have re-signed up from last year, but we've got another sponsor that's signed up. It's this linespace.com. And I didn't know, Mike, if you wanted to say something about LineSpace. What's the story with them?
LineSpace is based out of Los Angeles, California, and we met one of the partners of LineSpace a couple of years ago, and he was a driver on a team, and I'd see him in some East Coast events, I'd see him in West Coast events, he was all over the place, and then got hooked up, and he started helping us design these shirts we make, the event shirts, and when the time came that we wanted to, you know, change our name and the logo along with it, this is what LineSpace does. And so Max says, hey, we could do that. And so we got in a conversation, and so we hired LineSpace last year to do the whole redesign of our brand. I say it's not just a logo, it's a brand, it's everything. It's the look and how it's applied and making sure it's really done professionally. And they've done a phenomenal job. And as you can see, the results of that is what we've been putting out. And they've been great to work with. The project basically done now, and so, you know, we're excited to market them and what they can do. There's plenty of you out there that have businesses of your own that maybe you need a refresh to your look, or you just need a total change. But I would recommend LineSpace in a heartbeat, and that's why you're going to see them this year on our website, and they're going to be at the Sonoma event as a title sponsor for the Sonoma Grand Prix.
Very cool. Okay, Bill, go ahead. I know you were on a roll there.
Yeah, they've really helped us out a ton with the artwork and everything needed to be done. We still have a couple of things to do. We still need a style sheet. So we made a post up on the forum. I believe it was last night. Might have been this morning. It all goes together. But basically, I'm getting a lot of emails from guys that are wanting to make their own logos. They're wanting to get stuff put on their suits. We're still finalizing the look and the feel of what we want to give you guys. We have to protect our trademarks. So I just don't want everybody going out and just grabbing stuff, internet web, logos off of our websites and then just making stuff from that. We'll give you the proper ones. We'll have a page set up to where you guys can go download as needed with the proper color codes and everything, so you get it done right. Decals and stuff, we'll have those available at Road Atlanta. Pretty much all the races, we're going to have all that available for you. Speaking of decals, so we've actually changed not much when it comes to decals. The window topper that you put up along the top of your window, that has changed this year. We'll give you a new one when you show up for your first race. It's a lot thinner, so it gives you more spots. Go ahead, Michael.
We'll give them a new one when they ask for one. If the old one is still in good shape, we'll let it ride. No sense changing stuff if it still works.
Okay, that's perfect. So you heard it from Mike, so you don't need to replace it. You can keep your old one on there. But it's a little thinner, so it gives you a little more space for your own if you want to put your own up there. The number panels, you can keep your old number panels, Champ Car ones on. We'll give you some overlays to cover up Champ Car to put Champ Car on it. If they are all beat up and ready to be replaced, you can go ahead and order those from rvagraphics.com. That's rvagfx.com. And they have a store on there you can order them all from, and they're smaller. They're kind of cool looking. You can get them printed up with your numbers, ready to go when you get it sent to you. You can stick it on your doors in a nice warm environment, and unlike Atlanta is going to be, and have it look nice. There's a couple more stickers now. If you go to the rule book, you can go to our rules page on our website, download the latest rule book. In the back of the book is the positions that we want you or require you to put your all your decals on. We don't want you cutting out all the sponsor decals and sticking them all over the car. We want them in certain places, and we've told the sponsor to ask for them to be all in one place, and that's where we'd like you to put them. You can keep all your other race series decals that you run with them. You can keep them on there. We don't really care about them, but we do ask that you put the decals that we give you for the race in the proper positions. And you will be checked during the race. If you don't have them, we can black flag you, make you come in and put them on. So make sure that you start the race with all your required decals on the car. if you get to a race and we're kind of run out, which we have in the past, of some decals, we'll let you know beforehand. And but if you don't have them all on your car and they didn't get wiped off because somebody accidentally wiped them off your car, we'll bring you in, put them on. All right, so got new decals, got a new rule book for 2018. We did some fixes to it just a little bit ago, so make sure you download the latest and greatest. We changed some spellings in it, added some, what was that we added? Oh, the transponders. You can now use the X2s if you'd like. We added that to the rule book, which you've been able to use it. We just didn't have it in writing. Changed some pictures, upgraded those. Oh, and the fuel tanks. You can't turn your fuel tanks into a balloon, which I think was happening somewhere along the line.
Well, you can. You just can't race with it anymore.
Hey, Bill, this is an interesting idea that came from one of our YouTube viewers. They're saying, how about some ChampCar? Well, it'd be ChampCar. How about some ChampCar in-car name panels for those of us who run in-car cameras? Not a bad idea. It'd be nice to see RVA come up with some kind of a template that people could get from RVA. It'd be a template for in-car panel.
Yeah, we brought that up at our meeting we had the other day during the video, and I'll get with Taylor and Justin, and we'll get something made up and put it up on the website so they can purchase that and go for it. Do they just want names on it, basically?
It's coming from Trice Humpert, and they're saying, just how about some ChampCar in-car name panels for those of us who run in-car cameras. So,
okay, yeah, so yeah, we can get that done. Yeah, RVA can do that. I'll get with them and we'll get a little template together, and
they can do anything
and go from there.
Yeah, are we gonna have the new little like the size of the ChampCar logo here on our screen? I like the small ones because I stick one on the back right of my helmet so it shows up on the in-car.
Yeah, we'll have some. We were actually Mike was approving that artwork today, I think.
Cool.
So we'll have all kinds of decals. We're gonna
decals make your car go faster. That's a proven fact.
Of course, that's added horsepower.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, which all those non-Toyotas need. So,
jeez. Come on, boots.
Info at ChampCar.live. What else, guys? Anything else? I think we're pretty much up. There's our new number panel. Paulie's got up on the web.
I think Bill's on a little bit of a delay. Yeah.
Everybody needs to run 888 on their car this year. That's a new rule. Yeah. I'm kidding. I could see that one. Last time we did that, I said, everybody put a 79 on the back of their car.
Waiting for data.
Yes. Waiting for data. I think that's about it. I think, we were going to talk about, the teams all coming out to Road Atlanta. We've got a pretty darn good list of teams. Biohazard's not going to be there. Biohazard's done quite well there the last few years. Robin Banks is bringing like 10 cars, or is it 4 cars?
I don't know how many he's going to bring. I haven't talked to him about it.
I don't take my whole spiel on the pre-race predictions. I got to tune into the broadcast for that, Bill.
That's right. Yeah. Doc has a job here, Bill. Do not step on Doc's job.
Yeah, exactly. I need to keep this phony baloney job.
There's some interesting. Well, there's some interesting names. You see the Propaganda Propaganda BMW. Propaganda BMW got Odor Motor Group. 9-4's bringing a few cars. They've got 2 cars. John Allen Special. Those guys have just exploded with the amount of cars they've had.
I think they're down to 3 entries now. Or they got
3 BMWs and 1 Datsun.
Okay, they are. Rodney's still running the Datsun. Okay,
it's on a sheet. I didn't get an email.
Yeah.
Chattanooga's bringing. No,
look, it's a fast field. I mean, there's the Huggins is going to be there. GWR, E-Racing's got 2 E30s now. You got the Cone Crushers
together.
You got Visceral. Burningham's
bringing both cars.
9-4 Motorsports has 2 of their Lexuses there. It's going to be a fast field.
It's a huge race, definitely.
But
is 2 out of Canada?
Tooth's got 2 cars. They've got a, I think, are they both Civics, I believe?
Both Tooth, both the Dome Motorsport cars, and Tomlinson. Those 5 guys are all from Canada.
Wow, there's a lot of Civics.
Yes, they're all Civics.
Well, I'm telling you, Road Atlanta will favor a front-wheel drive car in the rain.
Yeah, it don't rain there.
No, never. Doesn't snow in Alabama either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, the Just Racket guys were there a couple of weeks ago, and it snowed on their weekend as well.
Who's this?
So this is a BMW / Honda, and there's a lot of Mazdas too. BMW, Honda, Mazda.
None of them.
There's a few Toyotas. There's actually a Toyota MR2 Turbo coming out. They've got a 2-liter turbo. They'll be there. They're coming all the way out from Texas. They did quite well at the Dakota race. I think they podiumed there. So that'll be interesting to see how the 2-liter turbo does against the other MR2s, which are V6 powered. I think they'll beat them on the top end, because those cars will do about 145, 150 there, whereas the V6s don't have the RPMs, so they can only do about 125 to 130 depending on the engine. We would do about 132. So, and I think Troy was like 129. So it'll be interesting on that back straight. Hong North is going to be there with the Toyota Supra. So there's a lot of cool cars coming. I don't want to take away Doc's, whole opening entry for the show, but
they don't watch it anyway, so you might as well.
Hey, they watch.
They don't watch our show.
They don't listen.
No, they're sleeping. And they're trying to make their coffee, and Doc's talking in the background.
Funny, Mr. 1923 guy there.
1923.
If you didn't know about that, this morning somebody had said, I had posted up something on the forum, and somebody said they noticed me sleeping. There's a picture of me going around sleeping at the 24-hour race, and I said I just had to listen to talk about racing stories from 1923, and kind of fell asleep. So Doc wasn't happy about that. He said he'd get me back. I don't know how, but he'll get me back.
I'll help him.
So I think that's about it, guys. Any more questions out there on the internet for Uncle Mike, myself, or Doc, or yourself, Paulie?
No. They're just Trice just commenting some more, and it's a good point. We've talked about this before, and Trice bringing it up. They're trying to make themselves, look a little bit more professional with the in-car shots. Trice, I'm not sure, was asking about the in-car number panels and identification panels. I guess they were using some duct tape, which we've seen that before, some duct tape or a piece of cardboard. It's got the guy's name on it. I suggested maybe a magnetic, something you could just slap in there underneath the sticker. So yeah, they're looking for some ways to make it look more professional, and it's understandable.
Well, a lot of guys, they look at they need vinyl cutters or something like that, but you can order vinyl off the internet, off of eBay or Amazon. Just the sticky vinyl, you can order that. What I've done in the past, I actually have a 24-inch cutter over here that I use for some big jobs to cut out stuff. But ultimately what I've done, which is to me a little faster, is I hand cut them. I print out on a big sheet of paper. You can even do an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, tape it down to the vinyl, and just take an X-Acto knife and just copy all the letters that you've done. You just do a nice little light cut. You don't cut all the way through, and then just once you get it all cut out, I forget what they call it. You not bleed, or you take all the excess vinyl away that you don't want, and just take duct tape. Not duct tape, masking tape. Take masking tape and put it across the top of it, and just then stick it up on your car or up on another piece of, take black letters and you can tape it down to a white vinyl and then put that vinyl onto something. So you can do it yourself. You can also go to the local craft stores. Yeah, the craft stores, and you can buy pre-made letters. So you can lay them all out and put your own letters down on a piece of.
You can make it look just like your mailbox.
Yeah,
that's right.
You take the big numbers, wooden ones from Lowe's.
I think the point was he
Screw
wanted
you,
to look
Scrooge.
more
You never use
professional.
nails in a race car.
Yeah.
Unless you're Troy Trulio.
Less Bill Strong,
No,
more
he didn't.
professional.
Troy did not use nails. He used sheetrock screws.
Sheetrock screws. Brilliant.
All right, guys.
Okay, we've bored the world enough.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Mike, I want to thank you for joining us. You got to wear your golden headphones, which is a rarity
Yeah.
around here.
But at what
Gonna
cost?
have you
My
on
finger's
more.
now cold.
Yeah, so is mine. Doc, thanks for coming out. And Paulie, thanks for hosting this for us. And
Sure.
everybody watching, thanks again for joining us. We will be live at 7:30 race morning in a week and a half. That is on February 3rd. We will be at Road Atlanta. We'll be live. Paulie will have the show going strong. I'll be on pit lane. I'll come on about 10 o'clock or so because that's about when I get to the track and waking up and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I gotta get my beauty sleep.
Then you
So,
got to put in a
we'll be
full
live
day
and
Friday
thanks for
doing
joining.
garage walks.
I know. Yes. Yeah. Join us on Friday on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be doing some garage walks, and that'll be kind of fun. See what everybody. There's no garages at Road Atlanta, but we'll do a paddock walk and talk to the guys while they're waiting in line at in Tech. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
Ah.
Are we offline? Are we off? Are we done? Are we done?
Yeah, that wasn't long or anything.